Hey guys, before we get into robot ratings, just know that the server has voted to change the robot rating structure a bit. So from now on, I'm going to be spending more time on the better built robots so that you guys can have more inspirational material. And I will still cover all robots, but I'll spend less time on some. Alright, let's get into it. You definitely could change some of this, make it less bulky, and I definitely recommend you to take inspirations from some of our renders and announcements and in the IQ channel. This looks like another catapult conveyor. It has bracing and all of that stuff, but it has gotten to a point where, back roller is just a lot faster and better than these types of bots. Another back roller bot, this one is really chunky. I would recommend you to rebuild another bot using completely new parts without taking apart this one. And, you can just look at your bot, look at what you can change, and hopefully you can save a lot of weight and make your bot a lot simpler in the future because there's a lot of unneeded parts on these. This is a 4-motor 2-to-1 drive base, so you should add more support for your intake. And it looks like China loading, so you add some support down here. This looks really heavy as well, so same as before, just rebuild it. I do think that this type of flywheel bot has also been degrading a lot recently because of just how much better a back roller is. I recommend you to rebuild. This is not allowed. Another flywheel bot. All of this I think looks pretty clean. This bot looks pretty light. This aligner, you could just change it to a 1x2 here to save some weight. This is a okay bot. I do recommend you to change to a back roller. This is a pretty good solid frame for a back roller, but I do recommend you to change to a differential PTO now that we have that guide out. Long extension thingy. Okay, so this is a long roller. It has gotten a lot harder to do it, but this spot is really heavy, so I do recommend you to rebuild. I guess this might be some kind of dry PTO. 4-motor intake with 2 PTOs. This looks pretty solid. Just make sure that you minimize your friction. Looks like just a catapult, and yeah, you could definitely improve this. I would recommend you to rebuild. Just rebuild your drive base because a 3-to-1 drive base is really not necessary. Just build a 2-to-1 drive base and it'll be a lot more simple and definitely much better than this. Alright, this is one of the best spots that will be shown on this episode. So yeah, this is definitely getting an S tier from me. Totally not Hokana Magic Kid, but yeah. So you can see that this is actually a 4-motor intake. So this speed is not that great for a 4-motor intake, but it's okay. I do know that there is a lot of friction. You can see these sprockets wobbling, and that is a result of bad build quality. So you could improve these by using new parts, spacing out your rubber bands neatly. And yeah, I think new parts is a really good strategy to fix your intake friction. But yeah, you can see these aligners at the top as well. I've been preaching about them for really long. They're really helpful. And here's a side view. I would definitely recommend you to change that slide PTO into a differential PTO now that we have that guide out. But yeah, this is a really solid bot, especially if you have that China load intake, which will help you get to the 300s, 400, and sometimes even 500s points. Okay, this is a 304 driver. And again, this is another one of those really, really solid bots that we'll be seeing in this video. So as you can see, the intake is really fast, and that's a result of, tuning. I think one really important aspect of your intake is also your rubber band wall, which, I've been talking a lot about in the Discord server, which you can join in the description. A bendable wall helps with the balls going up into your back roller structure, and you can see here, the wall will bend backwards, and it really allows the balls to go in without any of that intake jamming, without any of the intake slowing down. This is a really solid run, in my opinion. 304 points is definitely a very good score in the United States, of course. Long intake could bump this up to 400 even after the rule change because you can just go forward and backwards. I recommend you to space out your intake from the wall and also make your top sprocket bigger so that the ball can go in. I think this structure is okay, but you could definitely just have a 12x12 here and put all of these structures on top of it to have a lot of connection points learned from the top teams. And also, I definitely wouldn't recommend having such big gears here. You could just do a simple winch mechanism, and it's really light. Just use the HeroBot one. It's pretty good. Blow bands, blow bands. Blow bands, blow bands, blow bands.
Check my pants, they say true man. Blue bands, blue bands, blue bands.